The transport of migrants to other states may land Governor Ron DeSantis and others in court. Authorities in Texas now considering criminal charges related to the transport of migrants to Martha's Vineyard last fall. This all coming as we are now getting new information in the last hour about the migrants just flown to California. Western News investigative political reporter Greg Fox joins us in studio right now. And Greg, you just got some images from the state.
That's right. These are images provided by the State Division of Emergency Management, which handles the relocation of undocumented immigrants. These are some of the 36 people who were flown from El Paso to Sacramento last Friday and yesterday, according to a spokesperson for the division. It's intended to contradict assertions by California officials that the asylum seekers were deceived and that they did not want to fly to California. In short, the state of Florida argues it was doing exactly what these people wanted. Here's more from earlier today.
Alone. We're standing with them to deliver on the hope of good and services.
Sacramento faith-based organizations gathered to share stories of 36 grateful migrants who were dropped off Friday and Monday at the Catholic Diocese after being flown in from El Paso.
So he's saying, I want to say how grateful I am and long live Sacramento.
Their spirits are strong, but the people sheltering them now say they were lied to.
They were told that people representing themselves as part of some type of contracting or organization that could help them relocate to a place where they would be provided with shelter, housing, and job opportunities.
California's Attorney General identifies the contractor as Vertol Systems and says it was hired by the state of Florida under the direction of Governor Ron DeSantis to relocate the undocumented immigrants from Venezuela and Colombia.
I don't want to talk about who may have done this, who likely did this. He are not worth dignifying.
Florida first transported migrants last September from Texas to Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. Now Governor DeSantis and others could soon be facing charges. The sheriff in San Antonio has just sent a case to the district attorney for alleged unlawful restraint. DA Joe Gonzalez tells us if a review of the facts reveals that a felony offense has been committed, we will present that case to a grand jury for their deliberation. Our review will be thorough, and our office will follow the law. And what does Governor DeSantis have to say about this? After signing a bill in Wildwood Tuesday, he uncharacteristically declined to answer questions.
All right, guys, we'll be back soon. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
And we just got this statement from Amelia Johnson at the Florida Division of Emergency Management. Quote, Florida's voluntary relocation is precisely that, voluntary. Through verbal and written consent, these volunteers indicated they wanted to go to California. A contractor was present and ensured they made it safely. Their division still has not provided us with records we requested to show how much the migrant relocation this week is costing Florida taxpayers. We reached out again to Vertol Systems, which is reportedly the vendor arranging the flights. No response. Summer.